This video, Javon M. Clark, I think he's a content creator. I've seen this dude before, but I'm seeing like clowns in the comments upset because when you tell these colored folks the truth, they don't want to hear it. So they're saying, oh, you look like a Timo Umar Johnson, and just whatever. The message completely went over their head, and I'm gonna get into his video, but the Big Meech, there's a Big Meech like celebration release party that they're having in Florida. And when I seen the news last week, I'm looking at the comments just for entertainment. And, you got black people who were saying the same thing I was saying. And then you had these simple-minded colored folk that was like, well, arguing about what rappers was going to perform. Why is Rick Ross there? Why ain't 50 there? For example. And I'm like, my whole thing is, why is this a release party to the public? Like, why are we celebrating Big Meech like he was some folk hero? Like, y'all do know this nigga was a criminal, right? Like, that's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, if this was a party specifically for his friends and family, they ain't seen him in 20 years, they miss him, I get that. That's human nature, that's organic. But to the public, it's like, why are we glorifying who at one point was the biggest black criminal in all of America from the late 80s to the mid 2000s? Now, I will say this. Do I watch the show? Yes, I love the show. And I have no shame in that. I don't glorify him. I watch the show because, A, it's entertaining. I like the characters. I like Lamar and so on and so forth. And I like how they present the show. I love the usage of the parents in the show. A lot of people be moaning, oh, they took the parents. Why are they on the show? The parents represent the only normalcy in the show amongst all of the chaos and the drug dealing and shooting. And it shows you that they didn't grow up poor Section 8 single parent. These two, Meech and his brother, grew up in a house. Their father and mother both worked. The dad was a factory guy. The mother worked at Wendy's, I believe. And they were Christians, church-going black folks. They were always telling their kids, stay out of trouble. They're constantly trying to tell their kids the life that they're choosing is wrong. At one point, the father kicked Meech out. He was like, I don't want your dope money. So they basically made the choices that they made to go out here and sell drugs. Nobody made them do it. The CIA didn't put them on the corner. I lived in some crazy neighborhoods. Ain't nobody ever made me get on the corner and pump a pack. That is a personal choice that you made. So you have to live with the choices you made. He did his time. But why are we celebrating it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, why are we glorifying? We used to glorify civil rights activists and athletes. That used to be our idols years ago. Now our idols are drug dealers, strippers, all this shit. And then you wonder why these kids don't respect black doctors, black nurses, black mailmen, black people that actually contribute to society and the economy. They look at that like that's lame. If you ain't rich or you ain't walking around with a band, they don't look at that as success. So look at this video of John M. Clark talking about the Big Meech celebration.
They locked up black men and blah, blah, blah. Yet we're celebrating Big Meech. Our rappers are having a concert for Big Meech getting out of jail. What does that say about how we feel about crime and violence and drugs and retribution and being a retrieved reformation? We're celebrating Big Meech. What does the world think about that? Well, they're having a concert, all the rappers and came together in unity. What's it for? Is it a self-destruction song? Is it heal human education against lies? Why are all the rappers coming together? Oh, it's to celebrate a notorious drug dealer. Big Meech. And that's why don't nobody take us serious. Big Meech concert. We talk about how.
Now, he says that, and it's going over some people's heads in the comments. And they're like, well, it's not that big of a deal. And he's just, he did what he put a lot of people on. Yeah, a lot of people got killed, too. And a lot of people got hooked on drugs. And a lot of people's lives was turned upside down. Like, what do we have this, and we have a lot of revisionist history. Like, this, one of the biggest black moments in entertainment was the Frazier Ali fight in the early 70s. Now, when you look in hindsight, they always show you the pictures of all the drug dealers coming to the fight with mink coats on and shit, right? Frank Lucas, Nicky Barnes, this one, that one. you go back in real time, I'm sure black people were not out there to see the drug dealers. They were out there to see the fight because they looked up and they damn near worshipped Muhammad Ali and they respected Joe Frazier. Like nobody is weird. I remember that movie, the Biggie movie, when Biggie was selling drugs to a pregnant chick. Then he goes back to that same corner 5 years later. He sees that same woman. She turned her life around, got cleaned up, and she's got a baby who's about 5. And he felt like shit because he knew what he did to her. So I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But you're glorifying the worst kind of people, and then you want I like what I want to know what's Big Meech's plan from here. I don't expect Big Meech to be some humanitarian for the black community. He never has been that. He is who he is. He sold dope. You know, him and his crew ran an empire. They ran roughshod, and they were the biggest drug dealers in this country at one point. But I don't see Hispanic people, you know, praising El Chapo. You know, I don't see Italian people praising fucking Al Capone. You know what I mean? But niggas got tattoos of BMF. You know, niggas is like going out of their way to find a way how to get to this concert. They're arguing about what rappers is going to be there, who should be there. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, what are we glorifying here? Like, our heroes have become basically, like I say, criminals and gang members. You even think Tookie Williams, all these niggas talk about is how he originated the Crips. They forget about the fact that he was a best-selling author. I think he won a Nobel Peace Prize, by the way. But y'all don't remember that. Y'all don't bring that up. You want to bring up the negatives. And I get it. The news, they constantly feed you negativity. But, I mean, goddamn. I mean, why are we idolizing the bottom of the barrel? I don't get it. And like I say, Big Meech, what is he going to do from now? I don't know. His son's got an acting career. He's starting off. Now we're going to see if Big Meech can reinvent himself. Or maybe he just stays low-key and does whatever. Maybe, you know what I mean? Who knows? But he ain't. No, he damn sure ain't no hero. Let's just be real. I ain't got nothing against Big Meech personally. Like I say, he did his time for all of the crime and the damage that he did across the USA. But he damn sure ain't no folk hero. We got to stop. He ain't Fred Hampton, okay? He ain't Huey P. Newton. He ain't MLK or nothing like that. We've got to stop. Our heroes should be people who actually did something in a good light, not people who destroyed and damaged their communities and then took it nationwide on top of that. Because it wasn't enough. Detroit wasn't enough. They conquered Detroit, then they went to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what? Yeah, and these niggas look at it like, you know, the entrepreneurs in the hood streets, they look at it like it's inspirational to them because they want to do that. And they think they're going to do what Meech did and avoid all of the negatives. You're going to avoid dying. Good luck with that. You're going to avoid going to jail. Good luck with that. That's the end game every time. You are not going to... Niggas think they're going to be Scarface and then they're going to turn off the end of the movie where he gets killed. They just going to live all of the glory shit and avoid the negative that comes with it by nature. It don't work that way. Promise you. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you watched Javon going in about this Big Meech party.